There we go. All right, everybody. We are at Beta Beach, and Heidi Kramer is here to introduce our tour guides for the Beta Beach condominiums.
Yes.
Go ahead, Heidi.
This is Paul Williams. He's our...
Paul Williams, the singer?
Yeah, I'm a little taller.
He's our GM on the whole project.
Correct.
This is Melissa Daly. She runs our on-site, I don't know how you want to... Vacation rentals.
All right.
She's been here for a very long time. She has a lot of history on the building and everything, and he's got more information on the build back. So
Okay.
we're excited to show you around.
So tell us how many units are in the building.
14.
14 units, and they're full. It's full when the people are here. And where are most of the people from?
Up north.
Okay.
A lot of people from Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and then a lot of New Englanders.
And do they own the units, or they come down and they rent it? How does it work?
They're all individually owned.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm an owner. I'm also on the board of the association, and so I would say most of our owners are from the Midwest, wouldn't you say? And then we rent out, and we truly do kind of rent out to us Midwesterners. Some people from inland, typically in the summer, right? They kind of want to come to the beach, that type of thing, and they've been coming here for many years. So we're hoping to be back up and running, so they can come back.
Any idea when you're thinking the first unit will open, Paul Williams?
Well, the first units, the upper units could open easier, but I've got infrastructure issues that have got to be done, plumbing and electrical, so they will stop everything even at the top until then. Roof's going on within the next few weeks. Electrical and plumbing are coming in to get started. So we're going to be several months, but we're working as rapidly as we can through bureaucratical things and otherwise to be able to get everything moving more rapidly.
Translation is permitting. Bob Walsh says he worked there in 1983.
Oh yeah, that's when the building opened.
1983.
Yeah.
All right. Heidi, where are we going first?
Did you want to start with the pool?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not even sure I want to show people the pool after seeing the pictures of the before the pool.
So we were just telling Ed these were all tall brick walls like you see over here, came all the way across. We did not demolish this. This was done by good old Ian in the water. So watch your step.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, this used to be our beautiful pool. Now we have some unknown objects in there. We do obviously need to wait until we get.
Wow. What is in there?
You know, the pumps. Yeah, you can't find them. Pool pumps right now.
Oh, no kidding.
To get this water out and to resurface it and figure out what we're dealing with down there. But we had a dolphin right here that talked to Melissa about this. It's generational. We'll show. We saved him.
Yeah.
We saved him.
Yeah.
So he's got a broken fin.
He's got a broken fin, but
he made it.
he survived.
I'm guessing the dolphin spit water out.
It did.
Okay.
It spit water into the pool.
Very nice.
And you'll see pictures. Lots of people that come down, they take pictures in front of the dolphin with their family and their kids, and then the kids get old enough and they bring the grandkids, and it's just been really kind of fun to see.
If you have a chance to Google the Beta Beach and see the pictures before and how beautiful it looked before, I'm sure it'll look beautiful again when it's all finished. But it's crazy to see the damage of what happened to the walls here.
Yeah, this was all enclosed. We had a grill over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably in the bay somewhere, and all the walls and everything. So.
Just for people's knowledge, we're right next to the Best Western. But you guys were telling me a story I had no idea about. There used to be 10 homes on this property in between you and the Best Western, and they're all gone.
Yeah.
Every single one of them are gone.
10 cottages between us and the Best Western. Yes, they were completely flat. So we're hoping that they build back, but like everyone's talking about, their land is, very small. So with the restrictions and the setbacks, we're just kind of waiting to see. There are a few a few properties that are like this one's for sale right here at the end. One did sell at the beach side, but
It's hard to imagine there were 10 cottages on that property. When you guys first came back, were they even there? Were they flattened, or were they gone?
There was one, so you're hearing about this. You have one that was like, it was on stilts. It was half there, and you could see right into their kitchen.
Oh, boy.
And
They're just like
they're
half
covered.
gone, like you just dissected it.
Yeah, their cupboards still had their glassware in it.
Crazy.
And it was just open to the world. It was really. I do have a picture of that. That was pretty but since then they've taken it down. So.
All right, let's
Okay.
continue on, Heidi.
Where would you like to? Would you want to do inside?
Yeah, so just a little history about the building.
Yeah.
It was built in 1983, and when it was built by the developer, they were used as hotel rooms.
Okay.
They were hotel rooms from 83 until 2003. In 2003, the developer sold them all off individually to condos.
Okay.
So, me personally, my father was an owner here in 03. He was one of the original owners. He owned here from 03 to 2013. He started the rental management company in 09 and ran that with my stepmother from 09 until he retired at the end of 21.
Okay.
So I took over the rental company for the building here in January 22. So it was doing really
Awesome.
well until the hurricane came and
Melissa got that.
knocked us out.
When you guys first show up to the building and see what you see, I mean, what were you thinking? Like, what goes through your mind when everything that you've been working on is just totally destroyed?
Yeah, we came down. We walked over the bridge the Sunday before they closed. They closed the bridge on that Monday, and we kind of climbed through the sand and over a bunch of debris and came up onto the pool deck. And it was really disorienting, I think is the best word, because so many of the houses and things were gone, and as you walked here, you were like, what used to be here?
Right,
I walked past
right.
it a million times. And we were standing up on the pool deck, and my stepmother said, oh my gosh, you can see the Gulf from here. And you couldn't ever see through the building before because there were walls there. And I was like, oh yeah, look at that. And it didn't register.
Right.
That's what I was seeing until we kind of came down the steps, and but it was pretty devastating.
Yeah.
And then to know that, you're gonna have to send all these pictures and videos and stuff to the owners because this is their place.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
tough to see.
It was tough.
We got really lucky because Melissa had a contact of a structural engineer, actually over on the east coast of Florida, but we got in touch with him and another one of the people on the board whose mother lives in Cape Coral. He just went to action. He got this guy to drive over, and with Homeland Security clearance with a person, he was rescued with dive and rescue, brought them over by boat when the island was closed, and secured the area. They needed to come in and make sure that there weren't any people,
Was it
there.
empty?
It was empty.
Oh,
thank
good,
God.
good.
So,
But you had no idea
he
at the
didn't
time,
know. He
right?
had to come out from the boat and search it first. He said, okay, you guys can come in. So they brought him in, and he was able to do his entire, analysis.
Did
of
they know at the
everything.
time that you were going to need a sign off from a structural engineer? It seemed like, or that's common knowledge.
That,
Something.
yeah,
Okay.
we needed to know if it was going to be, because we had people queued up to do the mitigation if it was going to be able to be
I see.
built back. So sure enough, within like 24, 48 hours, we had this, report saying you're good to go. Obviously you have damage, but the structural integrity
Yeah.
is still
The most
good.
important thing. Yeah.
So that was on Tuesday after the storm, and then on the 13th, I believe, is when Desert Cat came in with their whole crew and just started getting to work and cleaning up. And
When
they
you
had-
guys came over, the bridge this way was all of Estero Boulevard covered with sand and debris. I mean, how'd you get? Were you able to drive down or?
No, we walked.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah, we parked and walked across. You couldn't see the road.
Right.
And by that time, there were, probably 10, 15 foot high piles of sand and
Yeah,
debris that
yeah.
big trucks had just been moving to try to clear the roadway.
Yeah, it was like a Mad Max movie.
Yeah, that's exactly
It really
what I
was.
said.
And it was really, the wind would just blow in
Yeah.
the sand everywhere. It was crazy.
I literally was in four-wheel drive a few times on Estero Boulevard because the sand was thick enough. Sand piles were as tall as that skin-out palm tree right there. They were literally that tall before they started hauling stuff out of here.
No way.
And that was the sand piles. I'm not talking about the trash piles. It was a mixture
Sure,
of sand and
sure,
trash. But,
sure.
That's how tall they had it piled up, trying to get it just to come off the roads and be able to clear it.
All right, let's walk through and see the Gulf, I guess. So in the back, you have what? You have property that you own with sand, so people put their chairs out there and check out the beach and the sunset. And
Yeah, we had we had umbrellas, we had loungers, we had everything that anybody could use. This was all, you couldn't see through that was our, Melissa's office over there, where you checked in when you came here.
What was here? Or
This was just a little atrium. We
Okay.
have a little, so this I think is where we're gonna put the dolphin. when
okay.
he comes back.
Now you're not putting him back out in the pool. Enough of that.
No, he needs to be taken care of, little TLC.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just foliage in here with a little waterfall feature.
And all this is water damage, I'm guessing,
Yes,
up here.
Exactly. And like I said, this was completely closed in front of you. This was Melissa's office. Blew out all the walls straight through. We did have storage out in the back, a big wood, you know, they were connected to the wall. That whole thing just blew out.
Both sides of it, there were walls. That's where the pool pump used to be.
No idea where that is or went.
Not at all. I mean, it really exists.
Okay.
You can see the ground level of where all the walls, and they did their job. I mean, structurally, the breakaway walls did what they were supposed to do. They
Yeah.
broke away. Now we are arguing with FEMA about whether or not they're going to pay to put them back or not, because they don't believe they were part of the structural integrity of the building. But same
Surprised. I'm
thing-
surprised.
same thing
Surprised
with
to hear
slabs.
somebody's arguing with FEMA. It's
Arguing,
a shock to
struggling,
me.
yes.
It works so well with people.
Several hours a day.
So we lost our parking slabs.
Oh, is that what this was back here? Parking?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that was my parking spot
Holy
right
smokes.
there.
Now,
So, yeah.
I mean, how does that happen?
So the water, correct me if I'm wrong, the water comes up and it was and it went underneath and just was pulling the sand and just cracked it.
Keep in mind, right there on that corner, that's part of the edge of a dune, so the sand was, the dune started up at least that high, went out. There was, and the dip you see wasn't there, so obviously the dunes were there. As it wiped that away and did it several times, it wasn't like it was a single wave came
Right.
in. So it just came in, and then when it came back out, it took it all out with it.
Now, when you guys rebuild it, you'll rebuild this as parking again, right? And how do you build it any differently so if it happens again?
These are breakaway slabs,
Gotcha.
so
Meant
they
to do what they
did
did.
what they were designed to do. But there's not a lot of things that will rebuild a lot differently. You can see the main part of the system down there, and it did its job. The building fared very, very well. Right over here is probably one of the worst, and this again came from the surge and the slab. This is actually the HOH residence unit. But it came in here with enough force, and whatever had come back in to actually blow this. The other one over there is still standing, but it took this lanai and blew this slab completely out.
Oh, there was a
concrete slab.
good
You can walk
grief.
to the other side and see exactly what it looked like.
Now,
And then, of course, the sliding glass doors. The entire,
Uh-huh.
so water was close to the top of that sliding glass door there.
and how high up is that?
18, 19 feet, 20 feet.
So
somewhere
the
right
storm
there.
surge from the Gulf was 18 feet.
By the time
to this building.
By the time on this building, by the time it got up there, that's where.
I
we
mean,
marked
when you
water
look at the
line.
water now, it's hard to even imagine that water could come in and be
Yeah,
up that high.
Yep.
I think they echoed that at Best Western, right?
Yeah.
Mentioned 17 feet
Pink
or-
shell too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when the water came underneath the parking slabs and sucked the parking slabs out, you said that the integrity of the building from your guys were fine. So somehow that the parking slabs are not really connected.
The erosion did more of the damage than anything else. The fact that it came in and got up under that edge and just sucked the sand back out allowed it to break away. You can see on this column right here just how long and how hard whatever was coming in here, and it would catch whatever was up there originally, and it just beat on the edges of these columns. They held. They did what they were supposed to.
Patty, we're at Beta Beach. It's next to the Best Western on Estero Boulevard if you're just jumping on. So getting the full tour here. 13 units, you guys said? 14 units, okay. And how far out do you, I know you guys own to the high tide water line or whatever it's called, so how much beach you got there?
Basically the other side of where you see that first little berm,
Uh-huh.
somewhere out in there.
All
And
right.
that's what everybody has a similar setback. We all kind of operate about where you see the areas.
And there was, and you guys were saying there were 10 cottages here.
Yep.
Correct.
10.
10. 2 rows of cottages that are completely gone.
Yep.
And
Go on Google, take a look. You can still see them. It's amazing, and they're all gone.
and they were all individually owned.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean, that's, you know, people keep saying they want the cottages back. Unfortunately, you can't build cottages on the beach right now.
There were
3. So a total of 13 cottages are gone from the storm. Just on 2 sides of your building.
Not counting across the street, you know, then
Yeah,
everything.
that's all gone.
All
too.
that.
That's
That
amazing
was
right
all built
there.
out.
Yep.
All right, we going in?
Yeah, let's go in.
Let's go
We're
in.
gonna show you a unit that's in the flood surge takeaway, and then we'll
Okay.
show you in the upper units.
Super.
You know, with the wind. Melissa, I think you can get us up there, yes?
I can, yeah.
So yeah,
I'm
A2 and A6, I think.
Okay.
is what we're gonna take a look at.
You guys don't have a working elevator, do you? I mean, I was surprised that the pink shell did. I don't know if the.
No, it's gonna have to be rebuilt. It was on the 4th, they moved it to the 4th floor at the point of the storm. And at some point during the mitigation, while we were working, it failed and came down. It didn't come down and slam, but
It did or it didn't?
it didn't slam hard, it doesn't look like, but it came down.
Now, Heidi, what was over there?
You gotta help me with this one, guys. That's the whole thing, you get so disoriented.
Yeah.
You walk away next to something every day.
There was a hotel over there.
There was a hotel?
What's straight across the street? Is that,
Somebody will know.
There was a
They usually always know when they're watching.
Yeah, there was,
I mean, there were condos,
Okay.
right? It wasn't the,
they were houses, you had Riptide, which was
Okay, yeah,
kind of
somebody
catty-cornered.
mentioned before they used to stay at the Riptide.
Yeah,
I never heard of
Riptide was
that.
kind of catty corner to here, but then these were all houses here.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Now, what's that one there? What's that one called? With the
that
paint on the
one,
front.
Yeah. I can't think of the name off.
Okay.
We've got some things that
I'm
were
sure
there.
somebody
Edgewater. That's the
Okay.
Edgewater building.
That's a condo unit too?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there were some people in that building during the storm.
Yes,
Yikes.
Ashley Berry, you know who sings?
Yeah, yeah.
He
That's
was-
where he was.
Okay.
He was, and now he stays in those trailers right there.
All right. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, so this one was completely storm surge blown out.
This is the edge of the one that we just looked at.
Okay.
Where the floor was blown up.
And this was checked out and that this is structurally
Took
sound.
everything, windows, doors, everything, pushed it all the way through, pushed it through the kitchen, as you can see where the wall spaces were with the stuff, and put everything back in the bedrooms.
Totally dumbfounded.
Yeah, and those pictures are pretty incredible as well. When we first got here, everything was, you couldn't even get back there. 'Cause
What
all-
was it? What do you mean, from water and sand or?
From the water that pushed it, it
Uh-huh.
had no, some of it blew out. I don't think any blew out this door. It just crammed all the way back, so
It was all furniture.
Furniture and the walls and
even-
everything.
even
Furniture,
like
walls.
The appliances
Appliances.
are in the back bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, There was so the whole kitchen sat right here, and there was a closet right here, all out of metal studs. It took all of that, completely pushed it all the way back into that room. So this entire room was in the next room.
Dang. All right, so let's see something nicer. I want to see something prettier.
Just because we did have to gut it, but.
Uh-huh. How many floors?
4.
4 floors?
4 units on each floor.
Okay.
Except the 4th floor, there's 2.
All right, I'm afraid of heights, so I don't want to go too much higher.
2 more.
We're getting our steps in too.
Yeah, right?
Is that steel? Is that steel framework or aluminum? They're asking. It's totally deformed.
That's just metal studs.
Metal studs, Cindy.
That's just regular metal steel.
All right. This one has a floor.
It has some of the metal.
All right, so this is the kitchen.
This is how the kitchen would have been laid out
Okay,
before.
all right. And what is under here or some?
So under here you've got appliances.
Okay.
You've got some of the hard surfaces that they're hoping to save. So we'll see once this plastic comes off.
Yeah, that's the big
What it looks
question
like
mark.
underneath there.
We don't know what's,
During the mitigation process, it was, so we switched from FEMA flood when we came to this floor to the wind policy, as far as where the HOA is and as far as everybody's interior. So the damage was substantially less once we got to this floor, as is obvious. And then some people chose to try and do it. We cleaned, we mitigated, we brought everything in, wrapped it up.
Okay, so this is stuff that was here. This isn't new stuff.
Yeah, this is stuff
I
that's
see.
here already.
You're gonna try and
they're gonna
save.
hope to save.
I
But
see.
like we said, once we open this up, we're not really sure if we're gonna find things that were permanently damaged or, so fingers crossed.
Is it, why is it it's been here so long because you have to wait for the insurance? Is that what the deal is?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and they're waiting for, obviously, don't bring it out until they get the rebuild done and put the stuff back in. And a lot of it is the insurance. I mean, even down to the permitting, the insurance we've gotta have a agreeable fee that they say that I can do it at, and I've gotta be able to do it at that fee, at least for a baseline, so that we can prove that we don't have an issue with the 50 rule. So,
Okay.
So we have a
Everything's.
lanai here.
This is what it should have looked like
That's what it
downstairs
should
with the
have,
glass.
Minus the crashed up fan, but yeah, it should.
Oh,
just like
turtles. Yeah.
we were trying
Is
to
this
save
a
the
turtle-friendly
turtles.
glass here, or?
This is not, but it will be hopefully.
I know, because the folks at the Pink Shell were showing us the new glass they had over there.
Yeah,
It
all
looked, it
the
looked great.
windows.
It looked great.
70 to 80% of the windows are being replaced, and they'll all be required to be impact turtle.
So Ed, you said you went to the Pink Shell and saw that. The big question of everyone has is, can you see through it? Can you see the beauty of or is it
I
dark?
thought it was a little exaggerated, the darkness. When I saw it, I couldn't believe it was those windows were the ones that were turtle friendly.
That is
And you
great
didn't
to
have to
hear.
close the blinds or
Yeah.
anything. And I thought anyway you could see fine.
Okay,
But
okay.
I mean,
I know, I was
it's all in the eye of the
watching that.
beholder. But I
Yeah,
was like,
sure.
no way, that doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to. Like I thought it
Yeah.
was going to totally black out the room,
Right.
and it didn't. So.
Well, to give you an example, these are turtle tinted windows.
Mhm.
So if these would be anything like that, you're right, it's not too bad. I feel like they keep changing the percentage that
Yeah,
you need
yeah,
to do.
yeah.
But these are relatively new windows, and they did hold, thank goodness. But
Look at all that
the
property there. I'm
sliders
just
were kind of
dumbfounded
the
by
rough
it.
part. That's where we were having water ingress.
And that's the Best Western right there, you guys.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
It ripped their roof completely off. I mean,
Yeah, he was
just peeled
explaining
back
that to us.
completely gone.
Yeah.
You're screwed
and-
once the roof comes off. You know.
Yeah. It compromised this one, we'll show it to you.
Yeah, we'll bring you up
It
to date.
compromised
All right.
all the seams on it and basically became a large bathtub that sat up there because it couldn't handle the massive amount of water. Once the drains were clogged and stuff like that, and that's what caused a lot of the water intrusion on the upper.
Because we have a flat roof that has the membrane, so we don't have that pitch either as some of these do, so.
Do you
but we'll
think
take
the damage would have been a lot less if the roof would have held? Yeah.
I
Roof
think
held
our-
well, but the actual membranes and just the slowness of the storm, the 12 hours of it sitting there and the amount of water that sat on it for that amount of time, is what ended up breaching the roof. And once it was breached, yes, the upper floors would have been a totally different ballgame without that.
All right.
And
So-
just for reference, this is just a picture of this unit prior
Oh,
to the
God.
storm, so you can kind of get an idea of what it looked like in here.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Show a picture of the pool. The pool at the beginning
Yeah, sure.
with the dolphin.
Oh, the dolphin.
Oh, the dolphin, we love him.
Saved him.
Him or her? I'm
Look
not
at the
really
difference.
sure.
Wow.
Nice sunny day.
Yeah. Great look of the sky there.
You
Amazing.
can see some of those cottages.
Clean water.
clean water.
Wow. All right,
Okay.
let's go up.
Head up.
Is the sun coming out today?
I was supposed to.
I didn't hear anything about rain.
We're blaming the cold on Heidi.
Yeah, I bring it from Wisconsin, so.
We
Yeah.
love Wisconsin. All right, where we?
We're gonna go up one more.
We're gonna go to the roof, so we'll follow.
Uh-oh, the roof.
So we're excited about, we used to be excited about our roof because we actually have a rooftop deck with a
Nice.
tiki bar.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and one of the very few on this island, so it did get trashed.
Sure.
But we're hopeful that we can go back. So sunsets up here for people who rent here are amazing. Please watch your step because obviously this is.
I will follow along.
I'm gonna hold this. I'll let you go.
Okay. Oh, how nice is this? Little secret getaway. Sure, make the radio guy go first. See what happens.
It's been holding up fairly well, but
This is cool. I had no idea.
Now you know.
Nice place for a show someday.
Yeah. Nice to watch the boat races up
Oh,
here.
no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is actually kind of a gem that not a lot of people
No
know about.
kidding.
Clearly got warped and trashed pretty bad, and look at our tiki bar.
It's still here. How the hell is it still
I
here?
don't know. That's the first thing when I saw an aerial view. I was like, "You've got to be kidding me! That thing is still up there." But we'll
Wow.
build it
the
back.
tiki roofs survive better than some of the other roofs. So.
Yeah, right.
I'm surprised the chairs are still
I
there.
know. I think we got stuffy
Yeah.
there. But yeah, this is actually a really incredible view.
No kidding.
Typically, when everything was. I have some really great pictures from. See everything.
That's a nice little pool the man has next door.
Very nice. Those
Very
built-in-
nice man.
built-in seats and
Yeah.
everything.
Yep. No, he's a, you see the golf.
Oh, he's got a little. Oh, very cool. I didn't know that was there either.
Isn't that cool? So,
This is a lovely view.
Yeah, but watch your step.
Yeah.
We've got some problems with.
All right.
so yeah, I don't know.
View looks a little different up here now.
Yeah. Well, you know those houses over there did pretty well.
Yeah, the real
You know?
houses, those are new.
Oh, do you have any idea what year those were built over there?
They just went up in the last couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty new.
Yeah. So, Paul, what's the plan now? Tell us what the plan is to get everything fixed and open by, would you say March 15th, right?
As rapidly as we can, but we're starting with the roof. We're in the process. Everything's being ordered. This will come off. The actual membrane part of the roof, as well as the Mansford part of the roof, will all get replaced, brand new, and then we'll start working our way down. Concurrently with that, we'll have plumbing and electrical on the ground floors, trying to get everything back where we can be able to show and support that. The once those three things happen, everything else will go pretty rapid. As
Sure.
Getting everything put back inside. But we're 6 to 9 months probably on the process. We're hoping to cut it in half, but you know.
So, what's your best guess for the first residents to be able to open their door and see that picture that she showed us before?
I'll go back with it. We're 6 to 9 months.
Six,
and
okay.
Hope to cut it
Sure.
in half. So,
Sure.
You know.
Now, will you be able to rebuild this deck here?
We
So
got
that's
that approved. It's in the area
Okay.
shots, and this was here. Engineers are finishing up their drawings and stuff like that, which is part of what takes time, is having the engineers be able to do it, give me an attachment detail. This one obviously survived, and had the seams on the roof not breached, the roof itself would have survived pretty well. But we will come back with some things that'll prevent some of the things that happened on here, but we will rebuild the tiki hut. Will come
Nice.
back. They'll have the ability to sit up here and watch the races and do everything.
nice. Well, Heidi, any final thoughts before we?
I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
I just wanted to say, I know that a lot of our owners up north are watching,
Yes.
so we want to say hi to them and to all of our guests that are new guests. We look forward to having everybody back, and we miss the
you guys for inviting us for the tour. It was lovely, and we hope to see all your residents back soon.